The Business Report brought to you with the compliments of CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
Now, and the Barbados Investment and Development Corporation, or BIDC, is going after tenants who owe millions of dollars in rent. But those with arrears are being given the opportunity to benefit from some heavy discounts. BIDC issued its debt discount offer in a notice in the Sunday Sun publication yesterday. Discounts will range between 25% and 40%, with payment periods from 3 months to 5 years. These will be offered to tenants who enter into an approved payment plan with the BIDC. The corporation has, however, made it clear the payment plans and discounts will depend on the level of indebtedness. The debt discount offer relates to arrears as at May 31st and will be available for agreement until August 31st. Now, up to the end of 2016, tenants owed upwards of $15 million in rent. The BIDC says its overarching plan is to transform the industrial estates into modern technology-driven facilities. The corporation has several projects underway, including its shared use facility for the condiment sector and the redevelopment and retrofitting of selected buildings for co-working spaces to better meet market demands. Well, some strong defense tonight for government's trust loan unit. It's coming from the Minister of Small Business, Entrepreneurship and Commerce, Dwight Sutherland. Now, to date, the unit has dispersed 2,860 loans totaling $9.4 million. His remarks come in the face of criticism for the unit that up to $5,000 is simply not enough. But Minister Sutherland says it has given many small business owners the seed capital they need. Speaking during a Christchurch East Central branch meeting last evening, he gave the example of a young man who was selling juices on the block in Haggett Hall who wanted to take his business further, but just did not have the capital.
He went everywhere, and indeed this young man, he was not fortunate at all to access small seed capital to start his business. The good news to you, he accessed the trust loan. We didn't ask him to bring his grandmother's birthright, nor to bring the land, no paper. We just wanted to know that you had a viable business option, and this business was registered. And you register at Kaipo for $150 or $140. You bring some quotations to the trust loan. And this young man now is on the verge. I've spoken to the Minister of Tourism, and I guess he might be watching the news tomorrow night. And I told him, Mr. Brass Clark must sell drinks at the airport when the tourists arrive in this country as a small business.
And it's time now to take a look at how those stocks traded on selected exchanges across our region. In Jamaica, Wigton Windfarm Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 40,021,022 units. In Trinidad and Tobago, JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader with 136,550 shares changing hands, all for a value of $277,196.50. And here in Barbados, Epley Caribbean Property Fund's SCC Value Fund was the volume leader, trading 18,400 shares at 55 cents each. Business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.
This edition of Minding Your Business is all about power tools and transforming wood into doors and so much more. The story of how Michael Maynard had the courage to leave his regular job to pursue a dream to own his own woodwork shop is perhaps a reminder to all of us that despite the doubt that may come before and along the journey, with a lot of hard work, a will to succeed and determination, dreams can come true.
I was more flexible than my wife because she's in a professional job, right? So we made a decision that I would be the person, right, to be more flexible. But before I came out to work on my own, obviously where I was working, it was buying tools for the few years that I have been working there. So when we made that decision, I practically had a fully functional workshop that I'd be able to come out and do some stuff on my own.
Now, Michael says, interestingly enough, it was actually metalwork and not woodwork that he did at school. But after leaving school at the age of 17, he got his first taste of doing woodwork at his first job cleaning a workshop.
I started working there in January, right? And while cleaning the workshop, you have wood to take to the fire heat because I have fire heat at that time. So what I did was, like, how you learn to use the tools, I would cut up the material to take to the fire heat. So I learned to use the saws and so on. And then on the evenings when work finished and the guys doing overtime, right then, I would ask the guys to give me something to do.
And he says he caught on quickly. And the following month, he got the courage to ask his boss for the opportunity to build something. She agreed, and that first box that he made gave birth to the passion that is now MJS Woodwork today at Eastbourne No. 1 St. Philip. He says working on his confidence was his first challenge, but over time he overcame it to the point where he sees communication with his customers as one of the most important parts of doing business. And more importantly, he also lets his work speak for itself. And while he's capable of making just about anything with wood, he prides himself on one type of woodwork especially.
I really love building the doors and shutters and windows, hands-on with you're using all the machines when you do these things, right? But cabinet work is just cutting down, facing up, building doors, right?
Your specialty.
Yeah, I love doors.
Now for something for me to do. Michael explained that he and his colleague, Trevor Critchlow, were working on some fixed louver shutter windows, and that my duties would be to help them to create some of the joints for the windows with the router tool. So after he showed me the ropes a few times, it was time to put the router into action. And I'm happy to say I got a passing grade after just a few tries. And just in case you're wondering, Michael says he likes to work with the more exotic woods, like a wood called sapelli, mahogany, and cedar. He explained why cedar is more durable than pine.
And the lifespan for the doors will be much longer than the pine. Right? When you get a door custom built, right, you can expect a longer lifespan, right? And I built some doors since 2008 for my father's home, and out of cedar. And the doors standing up the same way how they come, how I built them in the beginning, right? So I guess over a period of time, just a matter of maintenance, giving them a little painting and so on. But when they build a door, and once you maintain the door, it's a guarantee that you won't have to change doors ever again once you take care of the door.
Now, if you'd like to get in contact with Michael Maynard and MJS Woodwork, just give them a call at 243-5448 or check them out on social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. What's that Timothy Tool Man Taylor used to say on Home Improvement? Har, har, har. Well, thanks to Michael Maynard and MJS Woodworks for helping us out on Minding Your Business this week. This has been an enjoyable one. Do have a good night.
Minding Your Business, with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.